the whore of silk. The moon hangs like a silk cocoon in the throat of night, and she counts 400 winters pressed flat as moth wings between the pages of eternity. Her legs remember when they were fingers. Her hunger remembers when it was loneliness. In the attic where time pools like spilled honey, she has built her architecture of desire. Gossamer threads that catch the light like wedding veils, like promises, like the lies that young men tell themselves about beautiful women who live alone in houses that smell of jasmine and decay. She was a spider before she became a woman. Now she is both and neither, a threshold creature, dwelling in the doorway between predator and bride. The kanji writes her in 3 ways: jorōgumo, woman spider; entangling bride, whore of silk. She answers to all 3 names. She wears them like layers of kimono, one truth sliding over another. The calling, tonight, footsteps on the wooden path. A warrior, young, with a sword that has never tasted blood. His shadow falls through her doorway like an invitation. She arranges herself, a woman made of moonlight and suggestion. Her face a lantern lit from within. Her smile an open grave disguised as sanctuary. Traveler, she calls, and her voice is wind through autumn branches, is silk tearing, is the sound of wanting made audible. The night grows teeth. Come inside. He enters. They always enter. She pours him tea that tastes like forgetting. The room breathes around them, walls expanding and contracting, the ceiling lowering like an eyelid heavy with sleep. He does not notice how the shadows pool in corners, thick as tar, or how the air has grown viscous, difficult to move through. You are beautiful, he says, because this is what young men say when they are about to die. I am hungry, she replies, because this is the truth that wears beauty like a mask. The transformation. In the space between heartbeats, she shifts. Her shadow peels away from the wall 8 legs, unfolding like dark flowers. Her body splitting into segments of exoskeleton and ancient patience. The woman face remains, hovering above the spider body like a second moon, beautiful and terrible, and utterly indifferent to his sudden understanding. He reaches for his sword, but the air has become threads, invisible filaments that wrap around his wrists, his throat, his screaming mouth. The room tilts. Gravity becomes negotiable. He hangs suspended in the architecture of her hunger, a fly in amber, a memory caught mid-formation. You are not the first, she whispers, and her breath smells like centuries, like the slow fermentation of desire into sustenance. You will not be the last. Through the webbing, he sees them, the others. Bodies in various states of consumption, some still wearing the faces they died with, expressions of ecstasy or horror, or both fused together. They hang like ornaments, like warnings no one ever reads, like love letters written in a language of dissolution. She begins to feed the pattern, but tonight something fractures. This warrior, this foolish boy with his virgin blade, has a moment of clarity sharp enough to cut. his hand finds the sword's hilt. The steel sings as it leaves the scabbard, a sound like dawn breaking, like the first word spoken after centuries of silence. He strikes. The blade finds her, opens her, and she screams, a sound that shatters the spell-thick air, that causes the webs to dissolve like sugar in rain. She flees, not as woman, not as spider, but as something in between, a bleeding smear of transformation, racing up the walls toward the attic's darkest corner. He follows, sword red, heart hammering against his ribs, like something trying to escape. In the attic, he finds her. A spider the size of a child, golden legs curled inward, dying the way ancient things die slowly, reluctantly, leaking centuries onto the wooden floor. Around her, the proof, 30, 40, 50 bodies in various states of absence. Bones wearing silk like obscene jewelry. Skulls grinning at private jokes. The accumulated evidence of 400 years of hunger disguised as hospitality. He should feel triumphant. Instead, he feels only the weight of her final gaze, 8 eyes reflecting his face back at him, asking a question he cannot answer. What is the difference between the spider who eats and the warrior who kills? Between predator and survivor? Between monster and man? The echo, she dies, but the web remains, invisible threads connecting then to now. Hunger to loneliness, beauty to terror. In houses across the country, in attics that smell of jasmine and decay, the daughters of silk are still counting their years, still perfecting their faces, still waiting for the sound of footsteps on the wooden path. The moon hangs like a silk cocoon in the throat of night. Someone, somewhere, is always counting to 400. Someone, somewhere, is always about to knock on a door they should not open. And the woman spider, the entangling bride, the whore of silk, she is patient. She has always been patient. She has time the way the rest of us have breath. She will wait. She is waiting still.